Hey, what's up? Thanks for tuning in to another one of my videos here. Definitely appreciate you for checking it out. What I'm going to be talking about today is just basically how I edit photos to give it kind of that old-fashioned look, maybe that 1920s, 1930s look in certain photos. I'm going to just go through a couple of steps. Like I said, there's billions of different ways that you can do this. This is just the way that I do it, the way that I find to be most effective, or just one that I started with and never kind of changed from. But we'll just kind of run through it. So what we're going to do first is we are going to make a few copies of the background. I'm going to delete the original background because that is locked, and so I don't want to deal with that locked background. So I'm going to go ahead and make 3 copies. What I'm going to do is on the first layer, I'm going to come up here to image, go to adjustments, and make that black and white. All right. Then on the third layer, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. Come up, come under adjustments. I'm going to make that black and white. All right, now as you can see, already making that black and white, it does give it a nice kind of old-fashioned look already. In the way that I shot the photo, the settings that were in the camera, they were already kind of set to kind of give it that old-fashioned look anyway. But anyway, we'll get into a couple of different filters. So what I like to do is go up to filters, go down to sketch, and I'll bring up the sketch menu. I'm going to go ahead and go to the graphic pen. I'm going to change the stroke direction here to horizontal. It gives it a nice even flow here to where it really makes the photo look like maybe it's been aged for some years, or maybe sitting around in someone's attic collecting dust or something like that, or it's just been around for a little while. I'm going to change this layer here to multiply. What that's going to do is really apply that effect right over the top of the photo that I have there. I want to change the layer 1 opacity down to about 49. I want to change the second layer opacity down to just about 75 or so. You don't want it to look too unnatural or anything, but you definitely just really want to see that effect shine through. And as you can see already, it already has kind of an older look to it. So that looks really good. Now on the second layer, I'm going to come back to the filter. I'm going to go to the brush strokes. All right. Now on the brush strokes, I am going to come here and go to sprayed strokes. We're not going to change any of these sliders here, but we're going to change the strokes to a horizontal. See, it's really even. Everything looks really even throughout the photo. Gives it a nice little effect there. And it further kind of distorts that image, but it doesn't take away from too much of the photo to where it just looks, ridiculous. So we're going to change the opacity. We're going to bring the opacity down, up just a little bit, just so it blends really nicely with the rest of the changes that were made. We'll bring it up incrementally just by using the up and down arrows on the keyboard, and just kind of see what effect that gives. All right. I really like how it's making the background look here almost like a painting or something like that. I mean, it's really cool. I like that. All right, let's go back to the first layer, change the opacity a little bit. Yeah, see, that's good, right about there. Looks about good, right around 67 or so. Cool. So it has a really nice vintage look. Yeah, it's relatively simple. I mean, just a few different changes, a few different techniques. It's just about what you want to see and what makes your eye look good, as I always say. You kind of mess with the sliders on the opacity. Maybe you want it to be a little bit more grainy, a little bit more worn. You can do something like that. Or you can bring it up to where it looks a little less worn. But we'll leave it right around, we'll get a little crazy with it. We'll leave it around 32. Alright, so that's pretty much it. I want to thanks for tuning in and keep checking out my videos. Appreciate it.